guys, and welcome back to the Beginner Bible. Today we are going to be doing blush, bronze, and highlight with powder products over top of our already flawless complexion because we learned that last week. So let's do this. Okay, so first thing that I like to do is start off with bronzer. Bronzer should be very kind of loosey-goosey, airbrushed, very diffused on your skin just to warm your skin up and look like you're sun-kissed. Especially with this awful weather that's been going on, I like to look really bronzed and spring-like, and that's just my jam. So for today I'm going to be using the Body Shop Honey Bronze. This, I just really need a new one. It's very sad. It's a very sad state, but I get a lot of compliments on this bronzer whenever I wear it. Everyone asks me what I'm wearing. It is a matte bronzer. It is more on the warmer tone, warmer scale. This does come in, I believe, 6 different shades. This is number 4. For a lighter or fairer skin tone, you could definitely stay in the 1 to 2 range, but I like the warmth in this one because the lighter ones are less warm. But I like the warmth in this one even though my skin tone is lighter. There are really no rules to bronzer. Just pick something that you like. It could have little tiny flecks of shimmer in it, could have a lot of shimmer in it, could be a bronzed highlighter, it could be a matte bronzer. It's totally up to you. I personally prefer matte bronzers just because I go in with blush and highlight. But if you're kind of like a one-stop shop, you just like one product to do the rest, to do kind of everything, use something with a little bit of shimmer so that it gives you a little bit more dimension, and you can kind of put it in your blush and bronze area and just kind of put it all over kind of your cheeks and your temples just to warm up your skin, and it's one product done. And the type of brush I like to use is a fluffy face brush. I like it to be nice and rounded, pretty fluffy, dense enough so that I can target the product where I want it, but still enough that I can buff it out. So this is my favorite brush to use. And what I like to do is take the bronzer and I like to swirl it in, concentrating most of the product just on the top there. You can see that, but you can also see that it's evenly coated. That's really important too, so that you don't get any streaky bronzing happening. And what I do is I do one little tap off for the excess product just so I don't get too much, and then I start at my cheekbones and I start at the temples, because if all else fails, you don't want to start at the front of your face because you're going to apply way too much product. It's just going to like dab right there. But if you start at your temple, it's a lot more forgiving because it's kind of hidden in your hairline. So I like to start like this, and then I blend it into my cheek area. So I'm blending up. This is kind of the same as when you contour. You're putting it in the same area, but with this you're being a lot more forgiving. There's a lot of blending. It's very airbrushed, very diffused, whereas with contouring it's a lot more targeted and it's a lot more intense. But with this, you still want to focus on the rule of you want to measure the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth, and that's exactly where you want your bronzer to be. So if you see that when I remove, that's exactly where I put it. That's where you want it. And for me, I typically don't like to go past my iris, so I kind of stop right there. That's where you want to stay, that nice little happy place. And if anything, when you're blending, if you want to blend your line out like I did, flick it upwards, because if you drag it down, you're just going to make your cheekbone look a lot lower and it's going to age you. And then I like to go through and run it in my temple. With this, I'm doing circular motions and just running through the 6 with my woes, with my brush woes. And that's it. And you can see the difference between one side and the other. It's a very light bronze, just gives a little bit of shape to my face without being really intense. This is my kind of go-to bronzing look. Next up is blush. This is one of my absolute favorite blushes. It is called Coralina and it is from Milani. I love coral blushes. Love. And this one has a little bit of like glitter shimmer flecks running throughout it. I've had this thing forever and it's still got tons of product, so it's one of my favorites. And this one I like to focus just on the apples of my cheeks. Depending on your face shape is also going to be how you're going to determine where you want to be putting your blush, bronze, and highlighter placement. For me, I have a round face, so I like to just put it right here and dragging it back a little bit, but I don't want to put too much. I never used to wear blush because I had so much natural rosiness. I thought blush was horrendous, but it definitely does make you look a lot more youthful and awake and refreshed. So I like to use a little bit. So same thing, tapping, dusting off the excess, and then swirling it on the apples of your cheek and bringing it back. Now I see a lot of people do this where they smile and put it on. But if you think about this, you're smiling and you're lifting your cheeks and putting your blush where you think your lift should be, in the center of your face. Then when you drop your face, your cheeks go down. That is actually a theater technique when they're trying to age somebody. So they'll ask the actor to smile really big. They put the blush on really heavily. Obviously it's theater, it's gonna be a lot more dramatic than regular makeup, but very heavily. When they drop, it ages them. So that's actually not the best technique to do if you're not trying to do that. That is a theater technique. So you want to just keep your face natural the way it is and focus on where you want that product. So I like it just on the apple of my cheek and dragging it backwards. Like that. Done. Nice and easy. You can do your blush in any shade you want. If you like purple, do purple blush. If you like pink, do pink blush, shimmer blush, matte blush. It's all up to you. That's the joy of makeup. It's your creativity. It's your vision. These are just some techniques and tips that I've learned along the way that I want to share with you. So do you at the end of the day. And then for highlight, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Gleam Glow Kit, which looks like this. There's 4 really beautiful shades in it, but I'm going to be using Crushed Pearl today. It is my ride or die, my go-to. I freaking love this thing. It's beautiful. They're all beautiful, and this is great if you are a makeup artist or an aspiring makeup artist because it gives you a lot of options to use on different skin tones that you're going to be working with, because you're going to have clients of many different skin tones, so that's really great. Or if you're someone that just likes to use different shades, or you can use them as eyeshadows, the possibilities are really endless with this guy. And what I like to do, I mean, this brush is a little busted, forgive me, but I really like this shape because it's kind of fine and it's in a bit of a line, but it's still fluffy. So it's not going to look like a really harsh line on my face, but it's still going to be strategic. Like I'm not putting it everywhere. So to start with this, I just dip a little bit of Crushed Pearl, make sure it's all evenly coated, dust off, and then apply to the top of my cheekbone. And I'm putting the brush like this. I'm not putting it like this because that's just going to flick up everywhere and get all over the place. I put the product on the tip, so I'm going to put the tip on my face. And just like this. And you want to put this at the highest most part of your cheekbone. The highest most, I don't know, a little bit more. So it looks really nice and diffused. Now, if you want that really dramatic highlight, that really big pop on your cheekbone, the very glowy look that you can see from 10 feet away, let me show you something. What you're going to do is do the same thing I just told you. You're going to mix some highlighter on the top of your brush like this. Then you're going to take some Makeup Forever Mist and Fix, Max Fix Plus, whatever kind of misting setting spray you want. Apply it to your brush. You can even use water for this, really, truly, honestly. Let it kind of get on your brush and apply it to your cheeks. You can even squish your brush a little bit if you want it to be really concentrated on a certain spot. And there you go. I like to even add a little bit above my brow and on my nose. And above my lid too, why not? So there you have it, guys, the really easy blush, bronze, and highlight 101 tutorial. How to do blush, bronze, and highlight. Tailor it for you. Do this how you want to do it. It is makeup. It will wash off at the end of the day. Do what you love. These are just some really good techniques and tips that I've picked up from other artists or school or whatever along the way, and I really wanted to share it with you since I have been getting a lot of requests about how to do these things really in depth. So I hope that I explained everything well, and if you like these videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and make sure to comment down below what your favorite part of the series has been so far, either the complexion 101 or the blush, bronze, highlight 101. Let me know what you think, and I really hope you're enjoying this series, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye!